So, I had moved and I redyed my hair. I'm not sure exactly about this hair color, but I'm kind of vibing with it. I think it takes me maybe a minute to get used to the new hair dye that I chose. So yeah, I hope that everybody's day or night or whenever you're watching this video is doing really well. And let's just get into the video. So, I started working there during the summer, and I was really hoping to make it maybe a year or so, but I don't think it lasted very long due to the hours that I had. It was like very, very early shifts that I had, kind of like 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and really I just couldn't do it. Initially, I was planning to work their evenings, but the manager that hired me was like, you need to open up your availability for the mornings because that's what we're looking for as a hiring requirement right now. So I was like, okay, but it's not problematic at all for me. I can probably do it. I have worked early morning shifts before, but this particular morning shift really beat my, you know what I mean? And plus, like, I have another job, so it's kind of like, oh my god, I would be so sleepy. Like, no amount of ASMR that I didn't even have to listen to any ASMR to just be knocked out every time I came back home. So it just really took a toll on me. I would say that I have nothing to complain about at that job. I also think the way that Starbucks is being portrayed as like you get treated miserably by the customers, or you just get belittled every day, you get drinks thrown at you. That doesn't happen. I mean, maybe in other stores, but that never really happened at our store. Yeah, I would say that it's not a bad experience. If you want to work at Starbucks, I highly recommend that you work there. The benefits that I had were just crazy good. I think that if it was my only job, I would definitely have stayed. You would definitely get really good pay. There's like free therapy, free rides, to and from work. What else? Then there's this other free app. I think it's called, not Calm, but maybe Calm. It's something similar to Calm. And yeah, it's just, it's a very, very, benefiting job, to be honest. They also have a schooling program. So like if you want to go to school for something or finish a degree, you can be working at Starbucks and going to school at the same time, and they will pay for everything, which is really nice. So nothing comes out of your own pocket as long as you're working at Starbucks. But I want to also get into what I had started out with. So when you first start, right, two of these aprons. With the Starbucks logo. I was also there during the pumpkin spice fall season, so they gave me these little pins. It says 20 years of the pumpkin spice. I also got another pin too. These are the only two pins that I got. This Spartana pin. For those of you who might not know, which I don't know who knows, but you might not, Starbucks partnered with Spartana oil, and the drinks that they make is called oleato. And the oleato comes with the Spartana oil, and it's mixed with like espresso shots or just regular coffee, whatever you want, to be honest. But I don't know, I never drank it at all. I've never tried it. I never took the risk. You know why? Because you're going to be in the toilet. You're going to be in the toilet, and it's not going to be good. So I never decided to take that risk. I decided to just stay away from the Spartana oleato stuff and drink anything other than that, to be honest. So then you also get these name tags. They gave you two for the two aprons that they give out. And then this was my little name. They'll give you like a bunch of markers too with random colors, and you can decorate your name tag, which I think is pretty nice. So everyone can have like a unique name tag. I switched that up almost like maybe every week. It would be a little different. Also during the fall season, they gave us these tattoo application stickers. You basically put it over your arm or wherever you want it to go. Some people put it on their face, and but you have to cut it out. So it says actually skin should be clean and free of oils and makeup. Cut out desired tattoo and remove clear protective top sheet. Press tattoo firmly onto clean dry skin with design facing down. double way tattoo with cotton ball. Do not scrub with soap and water. And do not apply to sensitive skin in the eye and lip area or if allergic to adhesive. Very nice, but these are very cute. I like these. This is spicy. Pumpkin forever. So, because I worked early morning shifts at a very busy store, our store was actually mostly drive-through. So, after I got my 2-week training, my store because so when you do your training, you don't do training at a busy store. If you're working there, they take you to the most chill, calm store there is, to be honest. And I really like that store. And like I said, I would get free rides with Starbucks to that store to do the training for the 2 weeks. And plus it was very close by, so after my training I just walked back home. But once I was done with the training and I started at my actual store that I was working at, they decided to never put me on hot bar where you make the hot drinks and the cold drinks, or the cold bar where you make the frappuccinos and like the iced teas or anything like that. They never put me there. I remember one time I had told one of my coworkers, like, hey, I can help you make these drinks, because it was just 3 people and somebody was taking their break, so it's just both of us. And I told him, I can help you make these drinks, but just know it's gonna take me about 10 minutes making this one drink. And yeah, that was the experience. But I still got this cheat sheet during the training, so even though it was taking me 10 minutes to make one drink, I still at least knew how to make it properly. You have like the ice shaken espresso, brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso, chocolate almond milk shaken espresso, iced toasted vanilla oat milk shaken espresso. And then you also have hot chocolate, caramel macchiatos, flat whites, Americanos. I would say that the Americano drink, caramel macchiato and the hot chocolate are like the easiest ones to make. And then the ice shaken espressos, you just have to get used to the motion of making the drink, and then eventually it's just natural. So that's what I did whenever it came to making my own drinks. And when I would try to help out in the mornings, if somebody was taking their lunch or something like that, I don't know if they wanted my help, but I was trying to be helpful as much as I could. But I am gonna say that when I started out, I wasn't put into training right away. They kind of just threw me in there, and they put me on drive-through. And the first thing I learned how to do was click on the menu items and take the orders at the drive-through. So if somebody ordered like the iced Doppio espresso, I learned how to do that. And at first, I think it's definitely all about the motion and memory muscle that you have. Because it took me maybe like 2 days days to get used to that computer with all of those options, because there's a big variety of how you can make your own Starbucks drink. I'm not even gonna lie, when before I was working at Starbucks, right, I used to go into the store and only look at the menu items, and I would just choose from the menu, because I didn't know that you can make your own drink. I always thought it was whatever it was on the menu. I literally had no idea until I started working that I could add my own syrup. I don't know why, like, that is crazy to me. I mean, you guys are gonna think that I'm crazy for saying that, like, how did you not know? But I really didn't know. I just thought they have all these syrups, like, okay, like, it's everything that's on the menu, and that's all you can choose from. And even on the app, I don't know, I guess I never looked at the customization area where you can click and then you can add your own, like, things. Yeah, or maybe I actually did know how to change the milk. Like, I knew you could do, like, oat milk or whatever, but I didn't know you can, like, add the syrups and stuff like that. It was all new to me, and I get Starbucks on the daily, to be honest. So since my area that I worked in was so busy and they never put me in, like, hot bar, cold bar, my job was usually either at the drive-thru or I would be in the food area, because Starbucks has, like, food items, right? But those egg white egg bites, one time I got an order of like 10 of them all going to the drive-thru, and that almost killed me. I couldn't do it. I was so stressed out. I was very stressed out about that. And then on top of that, we have these, like, travelers that people order, and it's like a big, basically, jug of coffee, and you gotta put cups in there, you gotta put everything in there. And if you're a busy store, then it's like literally impossible to do everything at once. And if you have, like, a staff of 3 people, but that was one of the other areas that they would place me in. And then my favorite area to be in was CX, which is customer support, something CS, yeah. Basically what I did was that they would give me either, like, a little note of what had to be done, or prepped, you know, all of the, like, sweet creams, the caramel drizzles, the milks, the, like, stocking the milks for the baristas, because they run out pretty fast, and also making the whipped creams too. But that was really fun. But that was everything that I would do during my 5 a.m. 6 a.m. shifts. And this one, before I left, I had, would say, like, stay caught up on dishes and prep, or they would need frap roast, whip, make eggs. I don't think I ever learned to make eggs. I think it was like something somebody else did for half of the morning, and then I did, because sometimes he would switch you and give you different positions in different areas. So somebody else had come into the next shift, then you would take over, or they would take over for you. So it kind of just varies where you are during the day. But as a CS, I also brought ice, and also, like, did dishes in the back, which was really calming, very therapeutic, to be honest, or just being in the back, to be honest, because I loved it. It was like just washing dishes. If I had to do that for the entire day, a person up front. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I would take care of them, right? Even when the person in food doesn't have anything to do. It's like I'm all the way in the back. Why did you have to call me? Why did you have to make me walk up here to take care of this customer at the front? If you were just sitting there, like standing there. But I'm like, okay, it's a job. It's fine. I can do it. But what was really annoying was that when they would put me on food, I also had to take the front and take care of the orders for the customers. But the person that was CS didn't really have to do that, so I never called somebody from the back while they were doing the dishes and was like, hey, can you take care of this customer? I would just have to take care of the 10 orders of the egg white egg pies and the traveler, and then also take care of the 15 customers that are in line trying to order their drink and mugging me. Another thing that I didn't like is if you're not careful, you can easily keep bumping into all the baristas just because it's a very tightly packed space. So you kind of have to learn your body and movements so you're not really hitting anybody or that you're not in anybody's way. There's like a meme that's like, somebody that used to work in the food service be like, behind, every time that they're in their own place. So that's kind of what it's like. You have to be like behind, in front, under, above. Yeah. So, but sometimes it was kind of funny. But when you're like bumping a bunch of times into people, they start getting pissed off, and then you're getting pissed off because they're pissed off. And I'm just like, oh my god, that's why I really liked being in the back and washing the dishes. And sometimes on the bottom of where the drains are, foam, like bubbles would form from me washing the dishes, and I would just play with it. I really like playing with that. I would just throw it around like it's a ball, and it would just float in the air. It was really fun. It was calming. But all in all, it was a fun experience. And they also give you like this coffee passport. This was one of my favorite lunch orders for my 10-minute break that I always had. I would always get the bacon sausage wrap. And sometimes the baristas would tell me to take down my own stickers so they wouldn't remake it, because they get very tired, and sometimes they don't even realize that who they're making it, the drink or the food for, is actually for one of us, like the employees. So they'll just bring me second sometimes, and they got like very tired of me doing that, like not taking the sticker out. So they would just take it out themselves and just stick it onto me. So I would either have it on me, or one time I sticked it onto the back of this. So that's what it's just on here. And it says July. I can't tell what time of the July, but July something. This coffee passport never really filled it out that much. This was mostly during the training, or if somebody like important came, they would ask us about the coffee, but it never really happened to me. But it does show you like organic Yukon blend, because we would get a bunch of different kinds of coffee blends, and like what kind of roast it is, like the Yukon blend. It says big, bold, and balanced with hearty flavors of wild herbs and a subtle acidity. As a barista, there's also some things that you have to sell, like food items. So if you're at the drive-thru or at the front, you want to always try to ask if they want to pair their drink with like a food item. It doesn't happen at every Starbucks, but it's like a good way to just bring revenue to your job. So the food pairing would be for this blend cinnamon coffee cake or classic oatmeal. And it goes on to like dark roast, which Sumatra over here. This like Sumatra roast, we actually use this one a lot as for a dark roast. And if a good food pairing with that is a ham and Swiss croissant and a pumpkin loaf. That's good. Komodo Dragon Blend. Cool. There's like Christmas blend, holiday blend, coffee explorations. So this was also a coffee blend that apparently they told me during training came from all the baristas. This is the I think this is like the regular roast. No wait, this is the blonde roast. This is supposed to be like the blonde roast, the green apron. Yeah. The date that I tasted this was on the 7th of, I think that's June or July. And brew method was earn. Notes of fruity, honey bell orange, and graham crackers. Food pairing cinnamon coffee cake. You also have like this glossary of ways to describe the notes of a blend. So like bitter, buttery, caramelly, earthy, elegant, exotic. So it's just very nice when you're trying to explain to the customer of how your drink is gonna taste like, their drink is gonna taste like. This is the customer support cycle that I would get. It's kind of like this, but this is just the general gist of what I would have to do as a CS. So brew coffee, refresh customer areas, so like replenish items in the lobby and restock the baristas' milks and stuff, and then perform cycle tags, check the eyes, and check the cycle task list, which is just this. And it's signed by play caller. That's the person that would let you know, like, hey, this is like an extra list. This is what needs to get done. Yeah. So it's like a very nice little guide of everything that you needed to know. And we brewed our coffee, I think, every 10 minutes. You would have to clean out the coffee and pour it out, like the old coffee, and then make the new coffee, and that would happen every 10 minutes. So I would actually have to come outside from the dishwashing station and come out and brew the coffee. And you also clean drains too, and just clean toilets and everything like that. We don't have somebody that does it, it's just us that do it. And so these are some gloves. Just for memory that I used to clean the drains and stuff. Or you clean also the syrup bar, because the syrup, the sugar in it, it just gets like really stuck to the syrups and just on the table. machines. So you kind of just have to like clean that out. Overall, I would rate my Starbucks experience as a 7 out of 10. I recommend that if you're just starting out and looking for a job, start at Starbucks, to be honest, but find a very chill Starbucks. That's probably the best option, and you're probably gonna love it. Like if you're trying to get a degree, if you're trying to get some benefits in, they also have like different programs, like traveling programs and stuff like that. I would definitely recommend that you start at Starbucks. So yeah, this isn't a sponsored video. I really did enjoy my experience there, and I'm glad that I got to work there. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day, and hope this brought some insight to you guys. If somebody is looking for somewhere to work, thank you everyone for being here. I hope that everyone is getting some rest, or you are gonna get some rest. And until next time.